My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2! Umbra and Lazarus League. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure these two can do something pretty good together. I will say the Alloyed Construct really loves having It's Alive, advances the unit and applies Lifesteal 1 as well as 7 additional damage, and they also really like having the Making of a Morsel. Good start for a Alloyed Construct floor. Granted, I'm gonna need more floors than just that. Kale and Archeon. Oh, okay, so we're having a pre-patch run. Interesting. Let's see what artifacts we can get. Volatile Gauge. In a world where I have... Merchant of Steel, Umbra Banner. Possible that that's like Shadow Siege or something that really wants me to have this, maybe. Not that many 3 costs, though. Lazarus League, Merchant of Steel, further on up. I don't really want to go Volatile Gauge, but I also don't really want to go Catalyzing Agent. Maybe Catalyzing Agent just makes some unstable application spells a lot better for us. That'll be good enough. Yeah, I'm not going to want 2 Gluttonous floors. So it's probably Monstrous and Alloyed Construct as 2 of our floors, and then 1 Sacrificial floor for assistance, defending maybe a Sweeper, ideally? Because, like, you can do big damage, but unless you are specifically overcoming the health of the enemy, you're not sweeping. That said, of course, we can start with this. Oh, It's Alive is going to be so good for both of you. Also, I even get to keep the Vengeful Shards in hand. Hell yeah. Thank you, Fire is Greed. Perfect. Oh, just additional rubble morsels, but that's okay. More than enough for me. Hold up. Spear Steward should probably go on the bottom floor. So this would be double Erratic Assistant on this line, Shade Split defend, then Spear Steward and 1 defender top line. Definitely want to get Lifesteal on our top line as well. Give some additional blades to whomever can hold them best right now. And look, I'll just chomp with these 2 as well. Perfect. I get another Vengeful Shard in hand, and as a result, I get another 10 gold. Maybe I go equipment. I mean, there's great equipment for both the Penumbra and the Alloyed Construct here. There's also great rooms to put on a bottom line if I'm going to be just constantly sacrificing things there. Wow. This is like the quintessential clan pack for early game Umbra. Perils of Production, incredibly powerful. It's also possible if I have Holdover and Spell Chain, maybe I just allow it to build Ember Drain on my Alloyed Constructs. Yes, I read those. Good point. Very good point. I definitely didn't need more than 6 energy on any turn that episode. So maybe I could do that for some additional damage. I could also enter Umbra Assault for additional backline damage, but like... I do need some density of... Perils of Production is pretty good, specifically because I will pretty much always have a sacrificial unit for it if I need a sacrificial unit for it. Alright, I'll take it. Faulty Body. Interesting. There's also Unworked Assistant here. Reanimate 1, Incant to gain Unstable 4. You could be our sweeper, especially if I give you Endless. Alright, Merchant of Steel, show me what's up. I mean, Quick and Bloodstand immediately goes on Alloyed Construct. Dualism immediately goes on Overworked Assistant. Do I also just give Reanimate to the Overworked Assistant? I think maybe so. Endless would be nice, but not essential, I don't think. Definitely should have come here and looked first. I always forget to do that. That said, Morsel Maker is a great pickup here, so I'll just take it. Consistent morsel generation. I'm happy to give Morsel Maker 20 additional health as well. Just because 15 is not that much to pay. And it could keep it alive against, I don't know, spikes maybe? Be able to feed significantly less here. It's okay though. Capacity is definitely going to be our first pickup. Yeah, I'll take the lifesteal on top. Literally shuffling a morsel miner back. Overworked Assistant is going to explode 4 times on the bottom line for 40 damage to all enemies each time. It's really good. Granted, I'm not drawing it especially quickly. All's well on this one. Again, leave the Vengeful Shard in hand for 10 gold. I'm feeling pretty confident about that Merchant of Arms now. Space Prism, yes please. Ooh, but it's up against Excavation Eruption. Free Ember to deal 25 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times. On Slay, you gain 2 additional Ember. It would be good to have a spell that's worth upgrading. And there's a lot of things worth upgrading in that. Lowering its cost, increasing its damage. It's kind of like some semi-reliable AoE. I'm actually going to take it. It gives me something the deck otherwise was lacking. Oh, Explosive Reaction. This is also a really good pick. 2 Ember to apply on Unstable 25. That'll be increasing 5 at the end of the turn. But also, it's really good AoE damage. Oh, now do I go to a Merchant of Magic? Now that I have 2 really worthwhile spells to upgrade? Because that's probably going to be Merchant of Steel, Lazarus League banner, if I had to guess. And then after that, Okay, I'll go Merchant of Trinkets after that. No, I'm going to hit the left side on each of these then. Ridiculous. Boiler Room is gonna... I'm gonna take it. I'm also gonna make it deployable for the bottom line. That's all of the energy I ever need. Echo Vault for double playing spells on perhaps the second line so that I can dupe additional It's Alive and play additional copies of, like, Excavation Eruption and stuff like that. That also seems really good to me. I fear that I would probably end up losing the Void Armament. But obviously being multi-strike to Penumbra is really good. I'm gonna take Echo Vault. I really need to look at all of the events, like trigger conditions. Because I vaguely remember someone saying in a comment that there's an event that only triggers if you're above 50 HP, but I also thought that about an event on full HP, and that's not true. Wrath, Benevolence, and Courage. So this is actually pretty cool. I can throw this upgrade on Overworked Assistant. Attack immediately, not super relevant. Allied Construct getting an attack immediately is pretty relevant, though. Restore friendly units to full health, you're up +5. Yeah, unlikely to be super relevant on that one. Advance, restore to full health, and gain armor equal to the amount heals. I mean, realistically, if I actually do want to accomplish anything with this, it's Wrath, and then it's put it on Alloyed Constructs. I think we just take it. What are the downsides here? One of the big downsides here is I would not be able to use Gluttons More if I got Gluttons More. I think being able to double attack on a very specific turn is going to be worth it, though. Take my HP and head into Archeon. I've kind of got a 3-floor strategy, I guess. Let's get Lifesteal ready on this second liner. It's probably not worth jumping on the top line. And I can just throw a Spear Steward down here to die to give us an additional energy the next turn. Yeah. So, an Echo Vault to dupe It's Alive for additional triggers, Mortal Jeweler for additional health, and then just 2 units to die on the bottom line works with me. Unfortunately, Archeon is going to deal damage directly to us because I'm not defending the bottom line. That's okay. Not too much of an issue, that. Nice. Hey, we've even got Quick Attack, and the Alloyed Construct still got decent health by the end of this. Oh, right, because we're taking out the Flagellant in time. Neat. Don't have better equipment for you, so I might as well give you that. The thing I'm looking to dupe is still the additional lifesteal, because it'll just keep you going. And also because you consume 2 lifesteal every time you attack, courtesy of the multi-strike, so it's a little harder to keep you above on that. Get him! Hell yeah, Excavation Eruption. I cast it for 3 on the bottom line, and it gave me 3 back. That's what you want to see. Alright. End turn, I get another morsel. At least I can get the overworked assistant down to start stacking some... Yeah, there we go. Start stacking some incants on them for additional damage to everyone. Oh my god, it gets eaten. So we complete a round of combat here? Ridiculous. It dies at the same time. Okay. I could double Excav Erupt here, but I could also just have the Allied Construct immediately attack. I'll do both. Let's settle for both. Blazing Bolts is just good big amount of spell damage, especially in a world where I have Boiler Room and Echo Vault. It's really appealing. Electricity Chamber for spikes. Brain Transfer. It gives the buff and debuff effects, so it's not even good to just use, like, Overworked Assistant to trigger that. No, Blazing Bolts. Give me damage. Pincushion. Interesting. Yeah, I think Pincushion could totally go on the bottom line and just eat all of the additional Scissor Hands. Capacity, definitely. Otherwise, I'm going to have a struggle very, very soon. Yeah, I'm still committing to the left side. Although I may not end up caring about that Lazarus League unit at all. Endless and Titanite, you say? Compelling. I like Meat Hook. I think I can actually take and utilize that very effectively here. I think Titanite probably ends up going on Pincushion because you probably end up becoming really quite tanky after being given enough blades. I'm gonna roll. Quick Smidge Stone. Interesting. Out of those two, I suspect Smidge Stone on Meat Hook to be more viable. Plus 14 damage, just throw that on a Morsel Maker. And yeah, Monstrous grows more monstrous, please. Especially because supporting its lifesteal is not that difficult for us. So the general idea now is that Morsel Maker gets played halfway through the combat. Our bottom line starts with this. And then I use sacrificial targets in front of them. Do I want to play Blazing Bolts now? Or do I want to save it for a turn where I can play it next to Echo Vault, hoping that it adds 2 additional copies of the other spell to my deck? Because I know ephemeral copies of Blazing Bolts do not add a permanent additional purge to your deck, but I know that if you get it from the Mystery Box artifact, that it doesn't have ephemerals, so when you cast it, you do just get a permanent copy of Blazing Bolts in your deck, no matter what clan you were. I think I'm likely to cycle back far enough to do that. That's where we sacrifice all of the assistants. I mean, as much as I like incanting on the bottom floor, no, I can lower my own damage. It's fine. The damage from the assistant is the main damage that I do. Hold up. That's it. That's enough to get both of them down. Hell yeah. Then I'll Echo Vault and Shade Split here. Spears do it on the bottom line, just let it die. I don't really need to daze any of these enemies. I actively benefit by not doing that, in fact. And then we've got all of the Scissor Hands for Pincushion. I just had to use one of them for Alloyed Construct to secure the Collector kill. I mean, 1 lifesteal is the same as 2 lifesteal on the Alloyed Construct at the moment, so why not dupe a Making of a Morsel instead? I guess I can throw a Shield Seal there as well as a sacrificial. Yeah, I've got to still play the Making Morsel on this floor because I want to get the additional copy of it. Yeah, decent Excavation Eruption right there. Unfortunately, I don't kill that Profane Supplicant if I use my Daze on the Meat Hook to pull the Corrin the Judge forward. So I'm just going to elect to not do that then. God, I really need to draw into Blazing Bolts next turn, though. Hell yeah. Okay, so at end of turn, a copy gets cast. Do I get a set? I do! This is why I waited! Because the second copy is not ephemeral, so it's allowed to add permanent copies still to my deck. So from 1 Blazing Bolts, I now have 2. From each of these, I can get another 2 as well. The only thing is really, it would have been great if I upgraded them before I started duping them. Look, yeah, could have been helpful. Grovel. Grovel. Yes, I care about damage shield. Remove equipment from a unit, apply plus 30 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Insatiable Hunger is also decent. Some additional lifesteal application to an entire floor. That said, in a world where I have It's Alive and I only really care about lifesteal on one unit on the floor, give me the prosthetic. Yeah, this one, sadly, I'm overcashed, so I'm very committed. Equipped units gain armor 10. I quite like that. Monstrosities enter with spike 7. I don't dislike that in a world where Pincushion is probably going to become our frontliner eventually. Especially because the Pincushion gets 10 armor every single time I equip it. Start a turn, add a common or uncommon morsel unit to your hand. Hell yeah. There's also X cost and 3 cost cards. 3 or more cost cards, rather, have permafrost. Which I do like, admittedly, as well, but free morsels is free morsels. And free morsels is the best. Cut a couple stewards. I wouldn't be all surprised if I end up in that Merchant of Magic. In fact, I think I'd be quite surprised if I didn't. So we'll get additional deployment Ember, I think, as our second pickup. I do want additional deployment Ember. Do I? Hang on. Because it allows me to play the Morsel Maker on turn 1, but is that necessarily essential? Oh no, the erratic assistants come in with so much armor now. Yikes, that's not good for me. That said, I still do want them to die, and they're currently dying, so that'll do. As long as you make me proud by dying, I don't care what you do. Top line's already suited to take care of that route as Zealot, so don't need to worry too much. I don't really want to Excav Erupt on the bottom line. Maybe I'll do it on mid. Yeah. And as much equipment as I can give the Pincushion, like, it's a permanent growth. We're going to be very, very happy in the end game that I gave it as many blades as I did. Oh, hell yeah. Give him the explosive reaction, completely clear the floor. Love it. I'm gonna grovel. I'm not gonna play the Blazing Bolts. Am I? Am I not gonna play the Blazing Bolts just because, what, it's super costly? I think I'm not gonna. I think I'm gonna wait until after this fight to try and play those. Let's get a little lifesteal to you, and you. Yeah, see now how many of these are just dying to the spikes of the Pincushion. And also, let's remove that prosthetic. Gain some additional damage. Let's jump with you there too. There we go with Echo Vaults. Yeah, nothing needs changing here. can double the grovel. Stats for the midline, additional energy for the top. And again, we're in a world where, like, I really don't want to pull Kodo ahead. Sick. We are already absolutely slapping ass. Perfection. Prism Retrieval's not going to have anything to pull. Although I will say, I can play this for 0 cost, and I will draw an assistant, or I'll draw, like, a overworked assistant. Oh, I'll draw an assistant most of the time. Cannibalize. I honestly don't think I need that. Especially in a world where none of my units are endless, because eventually I will just run out of units to use it on. It just becomes kill a morsel to get 2 more morsels, which is fine at best. It's pretty good, actually. Organ Harvester. On Slay, gain Reanimate 1. Now, this is a pretty fun piece of equipment to put on the pincushion if you're in the front line, because your spikes mean you will get a lot of kills, and you get a lot of kills, that's a lot of Reanimate, etc., etc., go forth. Replicate Array, though. Literally gives me the ability to dupe the Penumbra or the Alloyed Construct if they get really big. Same with the pincushion. Interesting. I mean, I'm gonna -1 cost one of you. Spell Chain and Holdover really feel like they should be Perils of Production. Okay, I can remove Consume. I can also lower the cost by 2. We could put that on Replicate Array, which, like, actually is pretty good. But also, -2 cost Consume, and then remove Consume from a Blazing Bolts right before I dupe it. Excuse me? So I can give it Consume, I can't remove its Consume? What, because it's got Purge on it? Ugh, that's butts. Alright, I'm gonna keep Replicate Array in the deck, I guess. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Engine upgrade? It takes capacity from floors I care about, though. Weapon Cache doesn't really draw weapons. Enchanted Chamber doesn't really amp much damage. I'm gonna skip here, which actually gives us the opportunity to also add 10 additional damage to a Excav Eruption. Pretty happy about that. Fire Remains for some additional health, and we'll go into Kale. This should be okay. Full. This should be Kale. I'm gonna pull the Vampiric Cherub out of place and daze it, thank you. Then Rubble Morsel, Cannibalize, damage, shield damage. Should be a good way to get the Alloyed Construct to be able to start taking down Ravenous Zealots. Excav Eruption has just enough to get through the Titan skin on Vampiric Cherub on the bottom line here. I hope it does. And it does! Yay! Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Echo Vault before I play the Blazing Bolts. Do I ever need more than 6 energy a turn? Not that I can think of. Alright, let's do it correctly this time. Make up for some past mistakes. Remove this as a hands, but give you a bunch of damage. Just need to get lifesteal on the top line for Numbra. Probably, if I had to guess, we'll have to use Wrath this turn. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to use Wrath this turn. I sincerely do like Replicate Array. I just add the equipment to you and then I get a second pincushion. Just start propagating those on the bottom line. What? It's 80 damage, 80 health, and it's got 7 spikes and Titanite? What's not to love about that? I'll throw additional health on that top line, because he's struggling there a little, buddy. Oh, wow. Speaking of struggling on health, we ended up on 1 health for a moment there. Why does Echo Vault have to literally be at the bottom of the deck here? It's going to make it really difficult to dupe the Blazing Bolts as many times as I want. This is the one I want the most as well, because it's the lowest cost. We have an Echo Vault! Use that to heal up the top line. Again, just pull that out of position. Use another Perils of Production as well for even more energy at the start of the next turn, which then gets eaten by our 17 Ember Drain. I mean, I don't want to win on the bottom line, but yeah, if I dupe another pincushion down there, we do, but I want to have another turn to possibly play double Blazing Bolts on the next line. So I intentionally short play here. Of course, I will need Perils of Production to be one of the cards next turn if I want to be able to utilize that. There it is. We'll play Blazing Bolt. It'll play again at the end of the turn, getting another permanent copy that only costs 2 in the deck. And you only have to play it like it's 3 times for the full upgrade. Yeah, so this is now just a 2 cost that does 60 damage 4 times. Pretty good. Scrapper parts. Sack a unit in order to draw a unit, give it 40 damage and 0 to its cost. Shroud Mitosis is pretty useful on the top line, though. Because Penumbra takes up most of the capacity, so I'll only be able to play 1 morsel up there and then expand it. It's got to be draw now, actually. Yeah, the sooner I can get to so many of my key cards, the far better off we'll be, especially with a holdover card. Although, as much as Pincushion really does want some Merchant of Steel upgrades... damn. I was about to argue that I have to go to the Merchant of Magic right now, but... I'm not going to be going to the Merchant of Arms in the last area. So if I ever want to hit another Merchant of Steel, it's now. But what am I looking for? I'm looking for, what, quick? Mini Stone maybe on Pincushion? There's so few things I'm really looking for. No, I think I'm just going straight up spell upgrades for the rest of the deck. Monstrous level 3, 250 damage and 120 health now. Double stack. I mean, double stack explosive. Reaction's pretty ridiculous. Holy Stone, honestly probably unnecessary. Negative 2 cost gain consume. I'm going to put that on the Replicator Ray that can't lower its cost. Plus 10 magic power. Roll. Yeah, a negative 1 cost to a Blazing Bolt. Sounds good to me. Which of these does want to be intrinsic, though? I suspect, like, Grovel or making a morsel. I'm going to take Grovel, because it can also defend against the first hit from a Seraph. Plus magic power and consume. I mean, this spell already has consume. I give it double consume. I dub thee Sir Consumption. Arise. Right. Time for Purified Hordes. Woof. Meat Hook isn't essential turn 1 play, and we don't care about the Ember Reduction after that. Silence our units. Welcome to my thorns. Oh my god. Echo Vault with the Blazing Bolt? Yeah, I'm getting double copy of this. Perfect. Meat hook on the field, and then some defenders for us. Now, I really want to incant down here if I can, but it only matters if I incant a bunch of times. Just gonna pull the collector to the front line so it dies. And then this will enable me to double the making of a morsel on this floor. Cool. Oh, silence on the bottom line is ruining that for me, so I'll play my blazing bolts down there first. Come on. Rude. Literally didn't even kill the deafening. So rude. Especially because I probably have to double play the explosive reaction on this floor to get a real outcome. I'll use a single blade on the top line just so I have the ability to dupe it up there if I want to. Oh, there we go. There's the barrels of production now. Yeah, sick. Enough damage to take out the entire top line. Don't have to worry about that too much. Shroud Mitosis can't be the final thing that I cast on this floor. He's making the morsel up there last, then top line. I'm going to give you that morsel and copy it a bunch of times. Casting down here is now important because you have worked assistance. Oh no, Deafening Herald, why? Stop deafening me. Got him. Okay. So now I can dupe another pin cushion for that floor as well. Hallowed Construct can get to the point that it'll actually clear this mid line. Top line's already doing okay by itself, so I don't need to change anything there. Keep Fire's Greed. Hell yeah. I can move the thing to the front on that bottom line. And almost kill everyone as well. Sick. That'll all do. By not having to take down the statue as well, I prevent myself from buffing Athane a bunch. She gets, is it 4 or 5 damage? 4 damage every time the Chosen Prayer Stone takes any damage. Get him the Blazing Bolts. Hell yeah. Ambercache, another Excavation Eruption, and Grovel. I mean, I care slightly about Incants. Would I dupe like Embercache maybe? I don't think that's what I need. I honestly don't think I need any of these outside of maybe Grovel. Especially as I start moving to remove more Shade Splitters from the base deck. Yeah, okay, Grovel. And give me just a spell for retreating a unit and dazing a unit, please. And yeah, it's another Merchant of Magic for me. Equipping a unit restores them to full health is pretty fun. On deployment phase, add a random graft unit to your hand. The graft unit would have to cost 0 for me to be able to play that, unfortunately. But also, depending on the unit, it could be relevant. I'm going to roll without it. If I got deployment Ember after that, I was going to be really mad. On deployment phase, draw a room cover. That's going to have to target my Echo Void because the Boiler Room's already not zero cost. It's already in my opening hand. Shadow Box, 200 damage to all enemies on all floors is nice, and I probably would actually trigger it as well. Compellingly, negative 1 cost to a... -1 Permafrost for a Horrify, just keep it for exactly the turn it's needed. Sounds good to me. Oh, -1 cost intrinsic on Shroud Mitosis is a huge amount of morsels that we just score out on turn 1. And look, there's an argument for just throw Holy Stone on the Excavation Eruption, because if I just double cast that, that's 6 healing that I can just score. Which can be especially relevant in the final fight. Finally, it's probably just straight up 2 Shade Splitters from this deck. I really like the Erratic Assistant still. The Pincushion's only a 63-63, but it's worth noting with Titanite, that's a 63-126. And also, it comes in with 7 spikes by default that cost 1 Ember. And I can dupe it in the middle of the fight. It's going. If only it was 8 spikes, though. Oh, 8 spikes is so much more than 7 spikes. You might think it's 1 more, but it's a whole killing, silence, deafening harpists more. Which is a huge number. Oh wow, Perils of Production turn 1. Intriguing. I think the thing... Also, I'm in the area where getting rid of Ventral Shards is now good again. I think the thing I want to cast last on this lore is going to be Making of a Morsel. Then top lore, I'll hit you, and then Shroud Mitosis to get as many of you as possible, because that's as many morsels as I can use. I mean, incanting on this floor only gives damage to the unit that's about to die, so no need to worry about that. Oh, I think I know how I do this. Oh, this is fun. Let's give some lifesteal to the pincushion. Then I'm going to summon a... I guess it should be the Morsel Miner, unfortunately. And then I'm going to hit you with Explosive Reaction. Killing all of the enemies on the field. And... easy boss days. Yeah, you're only buffing the damage of units that I ignore the damage of, so... I can't play Morsel Jeweler and then cannibalize because I worry that it would try and dupe that cannibalize and kill my Alloyed Construct accidentally. And if I'm going to kill my Alloyed Construct, I want to do it intentionally, damn it. Oh, wow. Weaponized Prosthetic doesn't even... I still haven't had a Morsel Erratic Assistant die. Do I want to deal more damage or make another Morsel? Honestly? Probably make another Morsel. Another Blazing Bolts wouldn't really have improved my position on board. Oh, hell yeah. Assistant, assistant, assistant. Hands. Hands. I'm going to drop a single Blazing Bolts on this field. I don't need to force the Alloyed Construct. I'll get another Blazing Bolts at the end of this turn as well. I'm gonna have to throw that down there as Sacrificial Lamb. The Deafening Herald's gonna be tough for us to take out. Damn. Use the scissor hands to full heal top line. Use it to heal and shield you. Damn. How annoying. Oh, even Horrify doesn't affect that. Oh, I'm worried about what happens when this gets to the top line. How am I dealing no damage against the Avowed Gladiator? Oh, because it's also getting the daze targeting next turn, and then I'm killing the Purified Souls? But that's also probably what's saving me from dying this turn. Definitely need lifesteal on the top line. Okay, lifesteal. I'm gonna go Morsel Jeweler, dupe a bunch of them, then another Replicate Array. Saving my units. Unfortunately, I am gonna get bopped in the face by this big guy for a bunch of damage, but that's what the healing Excavation Eruption's in the deck for. I'm not going to be able to just pull that one out of position, unfortunately. Hold my Horrify for a turn. Buff you twice, increase your damage. Then let you take the immediate 2-shot. We can daze the boss. I can grovel for additional shielding. I'll sack. Okay, cool. Lifesteal matters so much. You've got it's not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. No! Oh, I thought it was going so well. As soon as our bottom line got too many turns of silence in a row, it became really, really difficult to prevent the silence from ascending. And as soon as I couldn't stop them from ascending, they started just shredding my crews. Also, just coming up with, you know, Giant Bastion, 500 health, 500 health. Like, it's remarkable I only leaked the one I did to them, but unfortunately, we'll be leaking the rest of our health here too. I simply wanted to abuse weaponry. Pincushion attack gain and health gain. Nice. Realistically, the Pincushion was doing a huge amount of work on the bottom line. It's just we needed more if we were going to be using that as a clearing line. For those final fights especially. You know, it dealt with a lot of the spell shards very effectively. As soon as I had to cast my spells, though, and I wasn't able to take out direct enemies, that's another thing. A little bit more direct damage, because, like, a lot of mine is not direct damage. Not that this clan combination has a huge amount of direct damage, but if I could have picked up a little bit more direct damage, maybe the Antumbra Assault at the very start of the game, so that I could much more reliably take out the incant units as well as the silence units, would have been really useful. Replicator Ray did huge work. Maybe another copy of that in the deck would have also been good. Drawing that at the right time for the bottom line also would have been good enough. I think this was pretty close to actually just being completely fine. It just didn't get the... It collapsed like 2 turns too early at the very end, but if it held out and didn't lose those minions for those 2 final turns, I think the Seraph was going to fall apart to that one. We'll have to give it another go on another day. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past, the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank tier. A special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.